Welcome, Mandla. Today's episode is called Pausing to Reflect and Celebrate. What does your book Conquer Your Mountains say about this?
Uh, Welcome, Amanda. Yeah, pausing and reflecting and celebrating is really discussed in week 52 of Conquer Your Mountains, and that's the last week of the 1 year journey of Conquer Your Mountains. And it says this: as the journey ended, I saw a man on a journey stopping by a stream. Looking at his face, I saw that although he had initially looked young, his face spoke of many travels and many battles won.
That's beautiful. Why is it important for leaders to pause and reflect on their achievements?
Yeah, when you pause and reflect, it gives you perspective of how far you've come. Yeah, this week I was running a very hilly race, and it was this long, long hill. And if I stopped to look up, I was despondent because I was like, oh, there's still so much hill left. But if I looked down at what I already achieved, I felt better because I was like, oh, wow, I've actually covered 2/3 of the hill. So I then shouldn't worry about the 1/3 of the hill that I still need to climb. Yeah, so pausing to reflect helps you to get that perspective of what you've really achieved and to appreciate yourself for who you are and what you've done. And it will then help you to plan the rest of the climb that you're on more effectively.
And how can celebrating achievements contribute to long-term success?
The celebration is such a key element of uh, boosting the morale, your morale, and the morale of those that are on that journey with you. And it's really a deposit. You are really making a deposit in yourself to enable you to have more when more is going to be required at the next stage.
Many of us are very busy during the day and seldom get a chance to pause. What advice do you have for leaders who struggle to take time for reflection?
Uh, it is hard in a busy day, and I'd be lying to say I pause to reflect during the day. Because as a leader, you find that even during your lunch break, something comes up. So it is difficult. I think where you can pause is at the beginning of your day, spending time quietly, whether you're listening to a podcast that will help you to introspect, or maybe at the end of the day before you sleep, just meditating and reflecting on what you achieved in that day and having gratefulness, gratitude for what you achieved. Yeah, so I'd say it's something that you can do early in the day or late in the day. If you can do it in the middle of the day, then congratulations, because I haven't got there yet.
I think some of us struggle with that as well. Can you share a personal experience where pausing helped you to gain perspective?
I think it's similar to what I mentioned about running up a hill. And in this situation, we were on a huge project, building a new department, having to set up infrastructure. We've got constructors on site, so much happening, and just feeling daunted by how long we still needed to go. And for me, just pausing with my colleagues and saying, hang on, look at what we have achieved. We got this approval, we got the funding, we got started, we've got brilliant plans, we've got a customer base that's waiting for this. It was really useful in being able to get energy for the next part of the journey.
And how do you express gratitude for the journey and the progress that you've made?
Yeah, gratitude is firstly an internal thing, being grateful to yourself, because we put our bodies and minds through so much. And I think just being grateful for what we've been blessed with is phenomenal. But also expressing gratitude to those with you and around you that have helped you make it. That's equally important. And above all, gratitude to your creator, because he's the one that makes it all possible.
And how does celebrating milestones impact team morale and motivation?
It fosters a sense of accomplishment. You can tick the box if you've got a long checklist. It's very refreshing to see all the ticks that you can already mark as done. And that's what then opens that door to being even more motivated and engaged, to know that there is a journey and that journey is actually being achieved.
What are some ways to recognize achievements, both personal and for the team?
I mentioned gratitude earlier, but I think it goes beyond saying thank you. I think it's good to be tangible in how you express gratitude, whether it's a thank you note, a thank you email, or an award. Maybe it's getting someone lunch or coffee and saying, I'm getting this for you because I really value what you've done and how you've contributed to my life and to what we are working on together. So gratitude has to be visible. Obviously, in a corporate setting, you have things such as bonus systems where you can express gratitude more directly through those systems. But in this case, I'm dealing with a more interpersonal means of expressing gratitude.
And how do you avoid getting caught up in the rush to the next goal so that you can appreciate the present? I think many people struggle with that. They're always focused on the future and not here on the here and now.
Yeah, it's important to live your life as a journey that has many stop streets, stop signs where you need to pause, look at the traffic around you, see whether it's safe and good to go yet, or if you should wait a bit more. And as a leader, that's often difficult for me because we're always in this go, go, go mode of working. But in real life, you need to go, stop, reflect, and just see what's around you, how have things changed, what have you already covered. So it's being intentional to stop often. And in that stopping, you also recharge your battery.
Would you say reflection and gratitude can influence a leader's future decisions?
I found that in my leadership journey, reflection and gratitude have made me more thoughtful about my decisions, and being able to reflect has made my decision making be more effective, because decision making is a learned process, and if you don't reflect, then you don't give your decision making a chance to learn from the past successes and past failures.
Today's episode is the last one in our 52-week series that is based on a book by Dr. Mandla Moyo called Conquer Your Mountains. And thank you for joining us today. My name is Amanda de Witt, and I am the senior editor at Luca, the faith and inspiration imprint of Penguin Random House, South Africa.
And yeah, thank you, Amanda, for this shared 52-week journey. I am Mandla Moyo, the author of an inspirational book called Conquer Your Mountains, as well as a science fiction book called The Fallen Angel.